Are you guys ready for stuff to get crazy? So this time we have the Cornwalls, Duke Cornwall and Regan. We have Goneril, but do you notice who's missing? So Duke Albany is not coming along. We have a bunch of servants that come on stage all at once. So of course Oswald is Goneril's head servant. That's who she is usually hanging with. And then we have a whole bunch of just like servant one, servant two, nameless servants. You're never going to see them again, so they don't get names, but we got some random servants going on. And then we have dun, 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 dun. Told you, he needs his own evil music, so he's got evil music now. So we also, whose house are all these people still in? Who does not know that his house, his lands, and his title just got given away to the son who betrayed him? Who does not know that his duke thinks that he's a traitor? And who is about to walk into the middle of that mess? Oh yeah, Gloucester's screwed in so very many ways. So, we have a lot of characters, so let's start off with the Cornwalls. Post speedily, my lord, your husband. Show him this letter. The army of France has landed. Seek out the villain Gloucester. Whole bunch of servants go. Hang him instantly. No, pluck out his eyes. Leave him to my displeasure. Edmund, keep you our sister company. The revenges we are bound to take upon your traitors, father, are not fit for your beholding. Advise the Duke where you are going to a most festinate preparation. We are bound to the like. Our posts shall be swift and intelligent between us. Farewell, dear sister. Farewell, my lord Gloucester. He's now the new Lord Gloucester. How now? Where's the... Oh, sorry. That's Cornwall. So Oswald walked in, but here's Cornwall. How now? Where's the king? My lord of Gloucester hath conveyed him hence some 5 or 6 and 30 of his knights, hot questrels after him met at the gate, who, with some other of the lord's dependents, are gone with him toward Dover, where they boast to have well-armed friends. The king is meeting up with the troops of France. Get horses for your mistress. Farewell, sweet lord and sister. Edmund, farewell. And there go Goneril, Edmund, and Oswald. So Oswald and Goneril usually, he does follow his mistress, and Edmund is going with them. So off they go. So get a few people off stage. Ingrateful fox, 'tis he. Ooh, who is she talking about? He just got dragged in by a guard. So Gloucester, having no idea what's been happening at his house since he left, tried walking back in and got grabbed by his own guards and dragged in. And so that's who Regan is responding to. Ungrateful fox, 'tis he. Bind fast his corky arms. What mean your graces? Good my friends, consider you are my guests. Do me no foul play, friends. Bind him, I say. Hard, hard, oh, filthy traitor. Unmerciful lady as you are, I'm none, I'm no traitor. To this chair bind him. Villain, thou shalt find. Regan is plucking at Gloucester's beard. She's like pulling at his face hair to tease him. She's just like a little creepy. To this chair bind him. Villain, thou shalt find. By the kind gods, 'tis most ignobly done to pluck me by the beard. So white and such a traitor. Naughty lady, these hairs which thou dost ravish from my chin will quicken and accuse thee. I am your host. With robbers' hands, my hospitable favors you should not ruffle thus. What will you do? Come, sir, what letters had you of late from France? Be simple, answerer, for we know the truth. And what confederacy have you with the traitors late footed in the kingdom? To whose hands you have set the lunatic king? Speak. I have a letter guessingly set down, which came from one that's of a neutral heart, and not one that's opposed. Cunning and false. Where hast thou sent the king? To Dover. Wherefore to Dover? Wast thou not charged at peril? Wherefore to Dover? Let him first answer that. I am tied to a stake, and I must stand the course. Wherefore to Dover, sir? Because I would not see thy cruel nails pluck out his poor old eyes, nor thy fierce sister in his anointed flesh stick boorish fangs. The sea with such a storm as his bare head in hell-black might endure would have buoyed up and quenched the stellar fires. Yet, poor old heart, he hopped the heaven to rain. If wolves had at thy gate howled in that stern time, thou shouldst said, good porter, turn the key, all cruels else subscribe. But I shall see the winged vengeance overtake such children. Thou shalt see it, shalt thou never. Fellows, hold the chair. Upon these eyes of thine, I'll set my foot. He that will think to live till he be old, give me some help. Oh, cruel. Oh, you gods. One side will mock another, the other too. If you see vengeance, here come the servants. Hold your hand, my lord. I have served you ever since I was a child, but better service have I never done you than now to bid you hold. Oh, that's a big deal. I don't know if you caught it, but what Cornwall is saying is, Gloucester, you're never going to see anything again. I'm going to rip your eye out and I'm going to step on your eyeball. So he's threatening to tear Gloucester's eyes out. It is one of Cornwall's servants that then steps forward and says, oh, wait, my lord, I've always served you and I'm going to serve you now by stopping you from doing something that is this terrible. So you have these noblemen, and they are behaving so badly that the servant is actually trying to stop them. So we are seeing the complete breakdown of social order. So dukes, who are supposed to protect their people and ensure justice in the land, have become the evildoers. The servants are the ones that are actually trying to step up and do what's good. But Cornwall versus servant, when the issue is, should they rip Gloucester's eyes out of his head? Yeah, let's see how that goes. But better service I have never done you than now to bid you hold. How now, you dog? If you did wear a beard upon your chin, I'd shake it on this quarrel. What do you mean? My villain! He draws, they fight. Nay then, come on and take the chance of anger. Give me thy sword, a peasant, stand up thus. She then grabs a sword and runs him through the back. Murders him when his back is turned to her. "Oh, I am slain. My lord, you have one eye left to see some mischief on him." Oh, and he dies. So at this point, we are seeing all kinds of breakdowns in the social order. So you have Regan, a woman who is not supposed to get involved in swordplay, who actually not only gets involved in swordplay, but she stabs a man in the back. You have Gloucester, who Cornwall has plucked one of his eyes out. And when the servant tried defending his other eye, the servant got killed. And you have these two. She's taking a poor old man who's tied to a chair and plucking his beard hairs out because apparently she finds it fun. And he is ripping people's eyes out. They're a lovely couple, made for each other. Okay, so servant is now dead. You can stop smiling now because that was not, see, he's smiling. He shouldn't be smiling. He's dead. "Lest it see more, prevent it." He's talking to Gloucester's one remaining eye. "Out, vile jelly, where is thy luster now?" So the jelly is actually when you squish an eye, the squishy part that comes out. So not only has he ripped Gloucester's second eye out, but he has crushed it so that the inside jelly of the eye comes like squishing out. And he's then talking to the jelly from Gloucester's eye, asking it, "Not so shiny now, are you?" He's sick. He's real sick. "All dark and comfortless. Where's my son, Edmund?" Dun, 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 dun. He wants Edmund. He still thinks that Edmund is the good guy who's going to save him. He doesn't know that it was Edmund who lied to the Duke of Cornwall, telling him that Dad's a traitor. By the way, do you love the symbolism? Gloucester is physically blind, but that is also symbolic of the fact that he's blind to which of his sons is truly evil. Like I said, Shakespeare, he's never subtle with his symbolism. "All dark and comfortless. Where's my son, Edmund? Edmund, enkindle all the sparks of nature to quit this horrid act. Out, treacherous villain, thou callest on him that hates thee. It was he that made the overture of thy treasons to us, who is too good to pity you." Oh, my follies! Then Edgar was abused. Kind gods, forgive me that, and prosper him. Go thrust him out at gates, and let him smell his way to Dover. One of the servants takes Gloucester, and off they go. "How is it, my lord? How look you?" "I have received a hurt." Seriously, the servant managed to hurt him. So clearly Cornwall, not great with a sword if somebody who is not one of the upper classes because the upper classes would be terribly well trained in swordplay. The servants, not so much. But apparently the servant managed to injure him. So if it weren't for Regan stabbing the guy in the back, he might have saved us from a very ugly ending. "I have received a hurt, lady. Follow me. Turn out that eyeless villain. Throw this slave upon the dunghill. Regan, I bleed apace. Untimely comes this hurt. Give me your arm." So he's hurt badly enough. He's having to lean on Regan, and these two go limping off. We now have servants left. A couple of servants to talk about what they just saw. "I'll never care what wickedness I do if this man come to good." So, man, if badness gets you a reward, man, I'm never going to care about being good because dukes are supposed to be good and they're supposed to be protectors, and yet he's that evil. So clearly good guys don't win. If she live long and in the end meet the old course of death, women will all turn monsters. Let's follow the old Earl and get the Bedlam to lead him where he would. His roguish madness allows itself to anything. Thou go, I'll fetch some flax and whites of egg to apply to his bleeding face. Now, heaven help him. So, even though they just saw one of their own killed for trying to stand up for Gloucester, the other two servants are like, wow, okay, we might get punished for this, but we're going with Gloucester and we're going to defend him because these two are psychopaths and somebody should stop them. But we don't have that power. So we are going to go get some first aid supplies. We are going to go find the Duke of Gloucester. We are going to help take care of his wounds, and we are going to lead him off so he doesn't fall in a swamp somewhere. So that is where we leave things. Things just got real. So Cordelia has landed in France. She's in Dover with an entire army. Edmund managed to make himself the new Earl of Gloucester. Goneril is still running around. And remember, she's the one who suggested ripping his eyes out. But weirdly, we seem to have lost the Duke of Albany somewhere. And these two, somebody needs to send the Criminal Minds people after them because they're freaks. That is the end of Act 3. Act 4, we're going to start seeing what comes of all this. See you then.